Hello everybody, so this is another requested video. This time it's on Joy Reid. So the comment is something like, could you read on Joy Reid? She's an MSNBC news host, disturbing reports on her views of LGBT. Hope they are not true. Okay, so about this, before we start with the reading on Joy, I think she said something like, I've seen a video of her saying something like she takes accountability not for those blog posts, like she says that she doesn't that's not her, she doesn't recall saying writing those things, but she admits that she had narrow views in the past when it comes to LGBT people, and it's mainly because her family was liberal, but when it came to LGBT topic, they were not liberal. They held like discriminatory views. So she grew up with that mentality, but then she said some examples of how she said something wrong that was not supportive, that was offensive and hurtful, but she didn't know, she didn't realize it, but later she learned, and now she's advocating for LGBT. So anyways, the idea is that most of us are, exposed to these narrow views, to different things that are discriminatory, and we're not even aware of it. We'll only become aware of it when someone shines a light on it and exposes it, and and you start to see things from a different view. So we tend to, and as kids growing up, we tend to believe everything our parents say, like they're gods to us. We don't question their beliefs because we don't have the capacity to have our own thoughts and have our own views when we're kids. And then until we get to adulthood, then we may go through transformations and our own experiences that will teach us and will show us where we truly stand on that. But at some point or another, we're all going to have some wrong views or something, or some, we're gonna maybe discriminate, or not necessarily discriminate badly, but we may see offensive things without even knowing that how we're harming others and how we're hurting others. Is because we don't have this awareness. It hasn't been brought up somehow, and especially now, since we're living in a transition period. Now we're, LGBT people are getting rights, they're being acknowledged, they're not being considered like it's illegal, because it's still illegal in many parts of the world. And so we're in a transition period from that old mentality to this new. So of course, being in this transition period, that we're going to be exposed to this type of discriminatory mentality. Not just for LGBT, for many other things that we're, as a society, we still have narrow-minded views on it. And without it, it doesn't mean that we're bad people. It means just we're influenced, and we need some more experiences that will wake us up and make us see the truth. So, yeah, the idea is how to deal with this. It's like what Joy did is a good example to recognize what you said wrong, what you did wrong, where you were discriminating, even with the intention to hurt someone, but you blur things out because that's what you were, programmed to believe. And that attitude, it was programmed into you, and you have to grow out of that. You have to deprogram it, So for sure, all of us have said stupid things, hurtful things, things that are discriminatory, things that are because none of us are perfect, none of us are aware from the first moment that we're brought into this world. So yeah, it's a journey, and I think it's important that we acknowledge and that we learn from it, instead of hiding and trying to look perfect and to be perfect and to maintain this idea and this. So also, I don't agree with this fanatical kind of mentality. When you like someone, you're gonna defend them all the way through, as you're gonna, I don't know, cut off your hand in, to show how much you believe that person, or I don't know, to this sort of fanatical uh attitudes where you don't even question the person just because you like that person. You don't even sit and wonder, oh, maybe they were wrong at that point. It doesn't mean that they have to be, it doesn't make you a demon because you're wrong at some point, or you say some stupid thing at some point. It doesn't make you a bad person. But people, we and all of us need to take accountability for the things that we didn't uh, that we thought and that they were wrong. It doesn't diminish our value. It doesn't take from us. It's actually improving us. It shows that we have, the strength to recognize that we were wrong. So none of us, like, I don't think that there's a person in this world that hasn't said once some stupid things, some stupid shit. But we have to, the main important thing is to acknowledge it and not to hide it and not to try to look perfect. And, and with the Al Franken thing, with the Al Franken, whatever happened, you don't have to, like, categorize people in monsters and saints. Even good people can do stupid things. It may not be as severe or as, but we do, because we come programmed with a certain type of attitude. And men overall, generally, like the mental collective, they have this tendency to abuse power, to abuse and especially when it comes to women, to abuse power when it comes to women. There's this power play and this intimidation and this, and even it's like, maybe without them even acknowledging it, there's this thing, this subconscious, I don't know, attitude that is in the typical for the mental for the male collective mind. So, it doesn't mean that the person that you like and you agree with all their political opinions and you admire everything that they do, it doesn't mean that they cannot do wrong things at some point. And it doesn't take from them, it doesn't make them a monster. It doesn't, if you're wrong at some point, or if you have, as long as what's important is that you acknowledge what you did wrong and move on from that and learn from that, instead of trying to cover it up and playing the victim. So I think this is the difference, like, where we have the strength enough to admit to ourselves first and then to others that we did something wrong, and where that comes from, why is it there, why did you do that. So I think this is important. And as I said, I'm sure like all of us are doing this at some point, have done this at some point, have because we, as I said, we are programmed. We believe our parents and we believe whatever they say until we have our own experiences, and maybe our life will change it, or will, and you can even be, I don't know, 70, 80 and have a long held belief, and then something happens at that time and it suddenly wakes you up and you completely change your view. That's rare. That's a bit more rare, because like people usually don't like to give up on their views, especially after they held them for so long. It's hard for them to, change their views, but it is possible. It can happen. So we can all grow at any time. At any, life is like a continuous lesson, and we're not monsters and saints. Even monsters and even awful people can do good things, and even, good people that are mostly good, they can still do shitty things. So we have to have a more attitude of understanding, but at the same time not putting it under the rug and not trying to pretend like that person is perfect, that everything is perfect. It's more like learning from that experience. So yeah, anyway, so let's get on with the reading. Joy Reid, let's see the energy right now with her, what's going on with her. So I think she said something in the video like she doesn't recall writing those things in her blog. She thinks that someone did it, but she cannot prove it. She hired experts, but they cannot prove it. Someone modified her blog or something like this. But she doesn't recall writing that, but she did admit that she said hurtful things to LGBT people, and she was but she's changed now, and she's not the same person as she was years ago. And yeah, and anyways, let's see what's going on right now. The Joy Reid. She's maintaining how balanced the truth has come out, or some truth. Yeah, it's like it's been revealed. Whatever is the truth, awareness coming out to the light. But she's maintaining her balance. They're supporting her. A lot of people support her. And with this Four of, I think she's afraid of losing her position there. She's afraid of losing, this is security. But she's, there was like, sometimes you see this Four of Pentacles is the need for security, you know, the need to keep your place, your seat, probably her seat in the network, in the MSNBC, whatever. But she's being supported. People are supporting her, a lot of them, like her colleagues and stuff like this, and she's maintaining her balance. Although these things have come out, it had revealed things from her past, she's maintaining her balance. She's not, you know, this wavy waters trying to disturb your balance, but she's in the center, maintaining a balance. She's not falling. Let's see. What's in the future? How will this affect her in the future? Like in the long term. So this is the present moment. Or not, like what, how will it affect her in the future? Maybe it's not long term. Maybe just the idea of a future. How is this gonna affect her in the future? What's next for her? Heartbreak, Three of Swords. Doesn't look so good. She's seeking advice. People are still angry with her. She's still getting a lot of backlash. She's disappointed. But I think she'll I think this will kind of haunt her for a while. It's heartbreak in the middle. It's disappointing to her. She's gonna live through this for a while. But now she ended, like she can end that whatever happens. So it's probably, she'll be fine in the sense like she has guidance, she has support from outside. She's maintaining her balance, but deep down, so she's probably gonna keep her position there at MSNBC or something like this, but she's emotionally, like she's going through a hard time, broken heart, and the ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new one. I don't know, maybe she purged that from her system and she's now moving forward. She's putting an end to that. But there's still maybe a lot of backlash coming at her. Or maybe it could be her being angry. Let me see exactly what's going on with this. No, it's not her. It's people. People are, this is from the outside. This energy, this anger is something that she has to deal with. People are angry with her. She has support. She has people who support her. But a lot of them are disappointed with her, but it's more like more of them are angry. And they're trying to, you know, take her down. It's the Bernie Sanders people, because she says something about Bernie Sanders that they didn't like, and they then they came up with this. I think that this is I don't know, I read somewhere on a site, I don't know, political, or I don't know, where Bernie Sanders came up with this and attacked her, and came up with this like pictures of her blog or whatever. But yeah, so this is them like coming for her, angry at her. Like, this is something I don't like, this fanatical attitude. Oh my god, you hurt my guy, I'm gonna destroy you. Oh my god, it's like you putting someone on a pedestal and not thinking that they can be wrong, not thinking that they can, like, it's amazing like how we have this tendency to put people on pedestal and believe everything and just go all the way, and then attack all the others who perceive that attack them, and like this fucking craziness. Like, you don't know who that person is. You don't know. You see just what they want you to see. You're being shown just what they show you. You don't know. You never really know a person. You never really know their intentions. So this fanaticism about, you know, supporting one candidate or the other, you cannot never know 100% about anyone, only about yourself. Only you can know your intention. You may like someone, but to like be crazy and fanatical and like and have no doubt about that person, that's kind of foolish. So yeah, this is like what I don't like about people. Like, no matter what, that guy is my guy. Like Trump, no matter what Trump is doing, doesn't matter. They have blinders on. Trump is their guy, and everyone who's against him is they need to be locked up. You know, this type of thing. Same with Bernie Sanders supporters. Same with maybe some of Hillary supporters. I don't know. Like this, like when you support someone 100%, like that, you can never support. Like, you don't know that person. You don't know 100% that person. You may agree with something that they say. You may agree with their politics. You may agree with what they do. You may like some things that about it, but you don't know a person 100%. Nobody's a saint. And yeah, like, I don't like this fanatical mind, you know, like attacking one or the other because you want to protect your guy or something like this. Like, what happened to the truth? Doesn't the truth matter? Doesn't the truth has any value? And the truth is never on one side or the other 100%. Everyone is wrong at some point. Every person does some stupid shit. Every person, like, nobody's 100% right. So this fanaticism, it doesn't help to get actually to the truth. So I think it's like better for us to try not to put people on pedestals like this, and acknowledge that they also can do wrong things. They also can say the wrong things. Look at Joy, look at like whoever, all of us, like even like look at ourselves. Maybe when's the time when we said something stupid? Or so you cannot vouch for anyone other than yourself. So yeah, anyway, so this was the reading for Joy Reid. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for your comments, for your support, for your donations, for everything. From my heart, I really thank you, and I appreciate everything and every information that you. I learn a lot from you guys, from your comments. I learn a lot. Like, we're learning together now. So yeah, I just want to thank you and see you later. Bye bye.